Akbar. Allah Akbar. Akbar. Allah Akbar. Oh, you ate some. That's good. Bismillah. Bismillah. Conserve and expand recycling capacity. Allah Akbar.
You more comfortable out here than in a room?
I'm indifferent. Does it make a difference to you guys either way?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. Trailer, cam, car. Okay, you had some food. You're smelling around. What do you smell? What do I need to do? Okay, we got stuff to read in here. Coffee was good. Mekkah, show your tame.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm waiting for a doctor. Yeah, I'll talk to you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Mecca. Yeah, all that lying down you've had to do.
Not even common occurrence. Pretty good job. Pretty good for a country boy. I'll be back there. Yeah, I gotta That's one of the hoses there. So they're one of those fancy shrink ones. They're pretty good.
Land and right of way of Who's Free, made home by Who's Brave. On behalf of Who's Fair, go heal him.
We came a little bit up on that left spot, so not to get that to that over there. He's left every calling card she's got. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Hi, we're all set for you.
Okay, thanks. Okay, up, 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 up. Okay, Mecca, heel. We're gonna go inside and get your shots. You wanna go some other way? You wanna go this way? Come on. That's good. Hi.
can follow Christy.
Thanks.
Hi, how
Hi,
are
Tracy.
you?
Okay, thanks. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Glad to hear it.
Okay. And we've got Mekkah here.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Freshly groomed.
Okay. So I'm Dr. Cohen's assistant today, and I apologize we've been running so late today.
Okay, well, I hope everything's okay with you guys.
Yeah, we're fine. We've had some sick pets though.
Oh
so-
dear, oh dear.
Yeah. So how's Mekkah doing?
Slight twitch to the face on the breathing thing,
Okay.
and still shaking the head occasionally like seeing insects or something.
Okay.
But that comes and goes, and it doesn't seem to be debilitating.
Okay.
Everything else, the stool kind of modulates from being a firm stool to diarrhea and then back to firm.
Okay.
And it's
How often is that though?
on about a 12 day cycle or something like that. It'll go from being firm, maybe firm to diarrhea in 6 days, and then back again to being firm on the 12th day, sort of thing.
So every 6 days diarrhea?
No, every 12 days
Every 12 days,
or so, but it's 6 days from firm to diarrhea, and then 6 days to get back to firm, and then 6 days into diarrhea again. And I'm not sure if it's simply the canned food compared to when I can get some table scraps of chicken or beef, but it doesn't seem to happen when there's regular food involved. So maybe it is related to the canned food. But
So what are you feeding normally?
2 cans of dog food a day mixed with the dry food, a couple of handfuls of dry food, and then
What brands?
Yep. Pedigree, and then Alpo. I alternate for variety.
Okay.
The Alpo seems to be wetter. And then if I'm lucky, I can skip one of the cans and have table scraps sort of in for that meal.
Okay. And how's your appetite?
Good.
Good.
Doesn't overeat, but we'll eat. Just ate outside.
Do you give any medications or supplements?
No, I forgot to give the last worm pill that you guys gave me, a big brown pill. I saw it in a drawer. I was supposed to give that to Mekkah, and
Okay. How about like frontline or a topical flea and tick?
no, I haven't done that either. But then again, Mekkah hasn't really shown any signs of scratching or.
Okay. Did you need any refills on either of those?
On the worm pill, I would need a refill, and on the front line, I think we're okay.
How many months of the heart guard would you like?
How many times are you? Is it supposed to be every month?
Yeah, it's supposed to be every month,
Okay.
even throughout the winter.
Wow. Well, I'm way behind. So let's get. Well, when is the next time that we're supposed to be here after we update the shots here?
Well, after today's visit, let me see what would be due next. Most likely you would not have to return for another year if we update everything today.
Okay. Oh yeah, the rabies is going to expire in November.
Yeah, we could probably take care of that early.
Good. Okay. So then I should maybe get a year's worth of the heart medicine. How much does it? I mean, the worm medicine. How much does that cost?
I'd have to look up how
Okay.
much because it's by weight.
50 pounds.
Yeah, so let me take a look here.
Yeah, I got to sort of think about my budget, but hopefully I can afford it. And this is the letter that kind of alerted me. Hey, I'm overdue on. I need to get some just like that today when I leave. Showing.
We can do that.
Everything-
That'll print out at the front.
Great. Great.
So for 12 months, it would be $114.72.
For 12 months.
12 months of the heart guard.
$114 roughly. 12 months times 10 would be 120. $10 a month. That's not bad. Will it go stale or bad if I put it in a drawer? No?
Nope.
Okay, let's
They're
do.
usually good for a few years.
Okay, good. Okay, then let's do that. And every month I have to give you a pill, Mekkah.
Okay. And I know you said there's been some diarrhea. Any vomiting with any regularity?
No, there is vomiting, but it seems almost intentional. You know, chew some grass and then intentionally throw it up.
How often does that happen?
Once or twice a month.
Okay. Any coughing or sneezing?
Occasional sneeze that seems normal. No coughing. Occasionally an aggressive barking, but I don't know if that could be related to the menstrual period or the if it's simply because it's the hour of the morning or what. But it seems to be. I haven't noticed it in a long time. So.
Okay.
And then
Any new lumps or bumps?
lumps or bumps? No, not that I know of.
Okay. Drinking and urinating normally?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you ever take her to the kennel, groomer, or daycare?
Went to the groomer today for the first time here.
Okay.
No daycare yet.
Okay. And it's not a mobile groomer, correct? It would be something that she'd need Bordetella? The Bordetella vaccine?
No, it's not a more mobile groomer, but they have other dogs and stuff in there. I don't know if Bordetella is merited or not, or if there's risks involved getting it or what.
So that one's kennel cough, so if she's around other dogs in the groomer, then I would say, yeah, that's a good idea to keep that updated. Does she ever have exposure to the woods or wildlife?
A little bit. The mulch pile at the Library of Congress is probably the most bacteria-oriented thing that Mekkah gets into occasionally. It's a big pile of mulch and bark, you know, for the planting. So I assume there's bacteria in there, but I don't know if it's the kind that would be dangerous.
Okay. Well, we ask about that not because of specifically just bacteria, but there is an infection called leptospirosis, which I'm sure they've told you about, that's transmitted through wild animals' urine.
Oh,
and it can affect the liver and kidneys. It's an optional vaccine, so if it's something you might consider based on lifestyle, we can provide you with some information about that.
well, yeah, I'm interested in that because we do go over to the Potomac River and to Rock Creek Park.
Okay.
If I can get there. How long does it last? 1 year?
If she's never had it, she would need to have the first one and then a booster shot 3 weeks later, 3 to 4 weeks later. And we don't have a record of her having received that.
There's leptospirosis on this list here, but I don't see any
Right.
date or anything.
Yeah, that means she wouldn't have had it.
I
So
see. Okay.
The first one would be one vaccine and then a booster shot 3 to 4 weeks later, and then after that it would be yearly.
Okay. So I'm going to have to come back again. Wow, all right.
So let me go share the information that you gave me with Dr. Cohen, and then we'll be back in just a few minutes.
God willing, I hope. Sure. Please, thanks.
You're welcome.
Sandy was one of the dogs in the lobby. And that's what the tub was, Sandy, that I didn't want to use. "29 minutes on this. That's what did I get that right? Yeah. Come back. Trying to finish all of the running around chores. people and their dogs. And then what? I get a nap and we got to do the boxes, and tomorrow's Tuesday. What's happening tomorrow? The boxes probably. Wednesday. Ah. Oh. What else do you or I need to know, Mekkah? Oh. Sharp corners on that table worried me though, huh? So let me get back. Lunch I haven't eaten. All that stuff to deal with. Didn't want to get up. Watch out for the door, Mekkah. If this opens here, it's going to hit you. Yeah, be careful. Good. Come over here a little bit. That's good. There you go. Good, Mekkah. Tired and hungry. What do I eat for lunch? Take a map. I want to print out some booklets. Tomorrow's Tuesday, Public Health and Safety Day. And Wednesday night dinner came up, and I thought about inviting Johnny to that. Oh, I'm gonna end up getting too social. I gotta do a lot of work. What would be good for lunch? Wow. What would be good for lunch? Two more of these left. I gotta start charging. I'll lose that. Oh. Minutes on that. And then what do I have in here? Two in there. Charge them. Oh, that was Brittany walked by. What I should have said to her. Well, hey, Brittany. Oops, I did it again, huh? Hi.
Hi there, how are you?
Okay, thanks. Just thinking of Britney Spears seeing that lady on the wall there.
I'll tell her. Oh my god. That's awesome.
And how are you, Dr. Cohen?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, okay. I got to recharge all this stuff. Okay, that should be doing its thing there. Good.
Then why is your iPod on your head?
So that whatever I see, I can remember better.
Oh, okay.
It took a long time struggling. In one arm, I have a rotator cusp frozen partially from holding a camera for years. So how are you doing, Mekkah?
Oh, that's a camera.
Yeah, they make up these modern words and then they say you can't do that. And I try to call it savings or external memory or whatever you want to call it, adaptive technology. But as soon as you use the word video or camera, people tend to say, oh, no, that's not permitted.
Oh, okay. So you're videotaping everything?
Well, see, there's a word tape. That's already obsolete. It's files now.
You're capturing data with that?
Yeah, the photons and the sound waves that are impinging upon me, I am trying to save for future memory.
Oh, okay. Do you watch it at night or something? Or
I can, yeah, and then I'm developing artificial intelligence to work with me and whisper in my ear. So instead of Google Glass just putting advertisements in front of your eyes, you'll have, like expert software. Your vet will sell you an application as well as prescribe some drugs for the dog. So when you're working with the dog, the vet can whisper, the artificial intelligence can whisper in your ear and help you relate to your
okay.
animal.
Okay. So now Mekkah is here.
Yes,
Okay. And is she spayed or no?
not yet.
Are you planning to spay her
Not yet.
or? Okay. And how has she been doing at home? You mentioned she sometimes has facial twitching.
Yeah, around the mouth. It comes and it goes. And then the other thing is sometimes shake the head like butterflies or seeing an insect. And I think once got stung by a bee, but and then sometimes there really are insects in the summer floating around, but other times there's nothing around, and I don't know if it's a learned behavior or a central nervous system or what.
Could be. Why makes me wonder about central nervous system, just because if there's facial twitching and no reason to have that,
Yeah.
and if there is a type of seizure that can cause fly biting behavior with a kind of like biting flies that are
Yeah, fly biting behavior might be well describe it, yeah. Maybe had a seizure in the sleep then, huh?
I mean, it's possible they could be partial seizures. I haven't seen it. What I would recommend is, since you do use a lot of devices to capture data, if you might capture some footage of her having some of those episodes, if you can catch it.
Okay, yeah.
Then if we could see it, it'd be better able for us to sort of see what you're noticing.
Sure, yeah.
If that's the case, I would, consider having her see a neurologist.
That could get expensive though, I think.
It can get expensive. So if it's something that you think, you can have a pay for a neurology exam and not have to do a whole elaborate workup. Neurologists could look at footage that you might capture of her having those events.
Good.
And maybe tell you whether they think it could be a seizure. If their gut feeling is that it could be a seizure, they could recommend, and we could as well, trying anti-seizure medication to see if it resolves the behavior.
Yeah, I myself took clonazepam for a while. I was getting jolts in my sleep, and the what was he? Was he a neurologist, I think, at Georgetown? He prescribed clonazepam for me, and it helped.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, because if there are little seizures happening, if you can sort of squelch those.
Oh, that is an actual seizure at the time that is occurring? There's a mini seizure going on for the fly-biting behavior?
Yes, it's actually when they do data, they can figure out that's actually a seizure. But, they usually have to collect more. To actually have hard evidence that it is, they'd have to do EEG to say that's a seizure. But, with a strong enough suspicion, you can start a medication. If it abolishes the behavior, you can presume that was a partial seizure. And if you can stop those seizures from occurring, then you can stop the brain from creating those abnormal networks that create more seizures over time.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know whether that's the case or not. I'm just sort of planting the seed for you to think about it. It could be that she is just reacting to something, maybe something that itches her, but just keep an eye on it and.
Now, is it the kind of thing that, I outgrew the clonazepam eventually, I don't need it anymore, I don't have that. Is it possible that Mekkah could also outgrow the need for the med, or is it a lifetime thing once you.
I think there's more likelihood of it getting worse over time if it's untreated. I find that if you can treat, then you can reduce the abnormal firing, and then sometimes over time, then they don't need it anymore.
I see. Okay.
Hi. You're a pretty calm. She's a pretty calm dog.
Oh yeah, very calm. The groomer worked with her for from 9 to 2 or 3 hours this morning. Said that Mekkah was less skitterish at the end.
Okay. She sometimes shakes her head too, or was that the sort of the fly biting ish?
The fly biting issue is looking upwards and turning the head side to side. Yeah.
That sounds a little weird to me. So,
Yeah.
Hey, can you stand for us, sweetie? Come, Mekkah.
Come on, Mekkah, up you go.
All right. She always been sort of on the thin side. Is this standard for her breed?
I
don't
think
see a lot
so.
of these breeds. So.
Yeah, eats like a horse and doesn't gain a much. 50 pounds the last three times.
She seems pretty thin, really thin. Her pelvic bones are sticking out.
Yeah.
She eats really well, but still is thin like this?
Yep, 2 or 3 times a day, and the breed, the hips, the rear things is, I've read on the internet, that and being duck-footed in the front are the things the breeders kind of sigh about and say, well, that's endemic to the breed.
Oh, okay.
And you have other dogs, right?
I had to put them up for adoption. I'm sorry to say the landlord would only let me have one in the building, and then the other 2 are up in Maine, and I just couldn't get up there, so I put them out for adoption. Yeah, Betsy and Karzai Omar.
Did you find good homes for them? Happy with who
I'm
you-
pretty sure the original breeder took them back and
Oh.
found them homes in around Boston area.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. The only thing, their heart and lungs sound good, and her belly palpates normally. I just think she seems underweight.
Yeah.
But she's having normal stools and
Yeah,
okay.
there's some diarrhea now and then, but like the stool today, perfectly healthy, large
Okay.
stool. I could send you photos of it to show how healthy it is, but I agree with you. It's kind of weird. You feel the bones like an exoskeleton, almost like it's on the.
Yeah.
But
Were
I
your
think
other dogs as thin as this, with the pelvic bone sticking up, and you can feel the bumps of the spine?
you could feel the bumps of the spine, but they were younger then, and all of them were the same at that time. And this, as they got older, seems to come out more pronounced.
So all of them, as they got older, were.
I didn't know the other ones as they got older much. I
Ah.
didn't get to see the older ones since I left Maine. What was that? Like in November, and I was supposed to go back in February, and so.
Okay. Well, I mean, is it possible, do you think that she would eat more if you gave her more to eat?
Didn't finish lunch today. Ate 2/3 of the can,
Ah.
left 1/3 sitting there.
Okay.
Will eat and then comes away from it, and then
Ah.
goes back and eats again. Probably eats more civilized behavior than I do when I eat.
Do you feed her any dry food too, or just the
Yeah,
canned food?
yeah. I always put at least a couple of handfuls of the dry in with the can for the
Okay.
vitamins and nutrition, and then Mekkah will pick around it unless, something like some stew meat that I have, then I can get in there. Then Mekkah's so happy eating that, we'll eat all the dry food also.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I might start doing is just to continue to do, add something tempting to it to get her to eat more.
Yeah,
See if you can get her to gain weight that way.
okay.
If you're not successful at getting her to gain weight, I think it would be a good idea to check some lab work on her. Just make sure all her blood work is normal.
Yeah,
Just because it's a little bit, it's a little odd to see her looking so skinny.
yeah,
young-
I agree.
young dog.
But I think it's the breed. On the internet it said females on this breed are supposed to weigh 45 pounds to 55 pounds.
Oh, okay. So she's 55 pounds.
And she's 50.3 or something
Oh,
on
she's
the scale
50.3
today. Yeah.
Oh, so she's lost 5 pounds.
50.3 pounds today. She lost 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was 55.
Okay.
So I would try to get that. I think 5 pounds on her would fill her out nicely.
Okay.
So try to do that stew meat, whatever you can.
Yeah.
Dry food is often more dense calorically, so
Uh-huh.
continue to feed her a little bit more of the dry, make it more tempting.
Right.
Work at it and see if you can get her to gain some weight. You can always bring her on our scale and check your progress.
Okay. Good.
And if you're still not successful getting her to gain weight, we might as well run some blood work and just see if there's some kind of, systemic problem. And if there's not, then perhaps she'll just always be a very skinny dog. But she's certainly more skinny than I'm used to seeing.
Okay. Well, runs beside the bicycle with me. Absolutely no problem.
Okay.
Runs right along.
Okay,
So
so she's got a good.
got energy
good
and
energy
got
and
drive, and
activity.
I'll be, let's just walk around the block, and the Mecca goes to the door for the bicycle.
Okay.
Yeah, doing
Okay.
the job. Then.
As far as her vaccines then for today, if you're going to do the leptospirosis vaccine, which I think is a very good vaccine for dogs that are outdoors at all, that might sniff or lick at grass, grass and puddles and things like
Okay.
that, I would do it.
Okay.
We can give her first vaccine today. She'd have to be boosted in 3 weeks.
Okay.
So what we can do is if in the next 3 weeks you focus on trying to get her to consume more, we'll check her weight.
Sure.
A 3-week recheck.
Sure.
And then we'll also give her her Bordetella vaccine at that point because I don't like to give more than 3 vaccines at a time.
Oh, okay.
But you have to bring her back anyway, so we'll do
Right.
Bordetella and Lepto.
There was some of it then, I think, just shook the head, but maybe not. And sometimes, you know, we'll lean the head into my hand to show, man, I've had to lie down and sleep a lot, sort of kind of feeling, but,
Hey, her ears didn't look like there was anything going on in her ears.
no, the ears are very clean and everything. There's
Okay.
sort of right around here, it'll quiver a little bit on the sides, on the breathing sometimes, but that's the only, whoops, what's that?
I don't know, that was,
Little jerk there, huh?
I don't know what that was. You don't see that at home, that little jerk. Okay.
No.
Okay. All right, well then we will, well, we're gonna take her to the back too because we have to draw her blood, so we'll give her her vaccines and draw her blood all in the back, just all at once.
Okay,
And then we'll bring her back to you.
okay.
We can help you when we get back, we'll schedule you for the technician visit for the 2 boosters, the Bordetella and the Lepto booster,
Yeah.
and her weight check.
And maybe do you guys have a neurologist here or refer
We
me?
do
or
have a neurologist that comes here once a week.
Yeah? Okay,
So if you're able to capture some video,
okay.
I think it'd be, you know, if it looks odd, then I would consider doing a neurology appointment. It's about, I think it's like $275 or $300 for a neurology consult.
Yeah.
So,
I might not be able to afford it. I have to see what my budget is.
okay, you could always save up for it too, put it aside for later.
Yeah,
Or if you wanted to, you know, show it to me, I could take a look at it and tell you what I think.
okay.
There, she looks like
Yeah,
she's
there's
just
some-
itchy a little bit.
A little bit of it like that.
That looks like more like facial itching.
Yeah. But then we'll look up and go like you fly
Okay,
catching
yeah.
things, what you
Okay.
said.
So it's still a
There's-
consideration
Yeah.
there. All right, Mekkah. I'll take you to the back briefly.
Yeah, if we could find out what the name of the medication is, that would
It's
just
zonisamide.
zonithamide.
Zonamide. Zonis. Z-O-N-I-S.
Zonis.
A-M-I-D-E. Zonisamide.
Zonisamide.
I'll write it down for you.
Okay, great. Thank you, Dr. Cohen.
Sure. All right, come with me. Everybody will be very intrigued to see you.
Good, Mekkah. God willing, I hope. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mekkah loves to have it. There it is, sort of looking up there like that.
Maybe if that's, I'm not sure what I think about that. That could be a hair, like, being
Yeah.
on her face.
It comes and it goes, and then
Okay.
go ahead, Mekkah. Go with Dr. Cohen. I'll be right here waiting for you.
Girl.
Oh. What would be good to eat? Oh, this one didn't get charged. Where?